Peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. I am the man here, Wood, and I had to come in and kind of touch on, you know, the Michigan Wolverines, the football team. You know, the embattled could be the start of Coach Jim Harbaugh really being embattled. With people ready to get him out of there. And this 28-21 loss yesterday or 2 days ago, Saturday, on the road up in Happy Valley during a whiteout. Got down big early, and what was it, 21-0? I think at one point it was 21-0, and they battled back, man. And I knew, he would rattle off a couple of wins, following the last loss to Wisconsin. You know that he would rattle off a couple of wins, things would die down. You don't drop out of the top 25. There's still, and then the offense gels a little bit. Some things come together against those lesser teams. Then we come into this 2 week stretch, on the road in PA. And then this week we'll be home against, Notre Dame. I don't know if we win that game, to be honest. But I think there should be, hopefully there's a bounce, from the resilience that they showed Saturday. And, not a great game by Shea Patterson, but one of his better ones as a member of the Michigan Wolverines. No touchdown passes. Not all his fault though. And that's the thing. This, Ronnie Bell, the disappointment, the emotions and everything displayed on the sideline, and not bringing in that touchdown pass late in the game to tie it. And when you battle back from 21 down like that and you're on the road, usually in games, whether it's basketball or football, usually it's a play like that or something else heartbreaking that really totally thwarts, all the effort that was put into coming back. So, they dropped this one 28-21. But like I said, man, they battled back. Maybe maybe the staff, the offensive coordinator, maybe Patterson, maybe all of these guys take a step forward and, can finish out the year strong, and see what we can do, see what can be done, in the final game of the year. But man, that team down in Columbus is high powered. Let's be honest. But like I said though, I didn't see the lanes getting open, the explosive plays there that Penn State's offensive line was able to create. Definitely don't have the big playability that Hamler had in that touchdown that put it out of reach. And we keep they keep talking about Don Brown and this, leaving the cornerbacks on an island, while we don't have a lethal pass rush, and while we don't have the cornerbacks that we had when Jordan Lewis was there and whatnot. So a couple different things working against us. But like I said, man, this performance right there, at least I come away from it seeing some signs, some positives to point to. He will need to, I think, getting a victory next week would be awesome. Or this week would be awesome. Hopefully there's no letdown. Hopefully that letdown from coming up short doesn't linger, and we can come into this game. We're at home. And like I said, maybe it's just that week where everything comes together right. And I was very impressed by Zach Charbonnet. Man got some nice feet, man, for a running back. not for a running back, but they should all have that. But he has some real nice feet, uh, and looks like he can make some things happen on his own and can be one of the more dynamic players on the team, which is something that we need badly. Nico Collins, DPJ, and Ronnie Bell, these guys seem to be restricted or like held, harnessed or something. Like, let these guys go and do things. Throw some balls up. Let these guys make some plays. Try to get them in space and let a guy like Ronnie Bell work. Use Nico Collins' size. DPJ has great size. Still looks like he kind of hitting his stride for the season though, in terms, missing a few games and whatnot. But like I said, man, I saw some pieces. The tight ends getting a little bit involved. So, like I said, I saw a lot of things to be a little optimistic about, but it's still a lot of ground needs to be made up in terms of trying to compete, play for play or for 60 minutes with somebody like Ohio State. But that's obviously another rivalry game. Guys step up. Last year with the 60-some points or whatever it was being put on us, definitely need to do something to be able to bring that down, to something that's more manageable in terms of, could we play a 35-38 game or a 42-39 game? Maybe, but if we can't hold these guys below 45, below 45, 46 points or 40 points, that doesn't bode well for getting a victory. But this does put us back in a situation. One thing that's hindered the team for years, and getting into the BCS and now to the college football Final Four or the playoffs and whatnot, you can't have one loss. One loss and things get very dicey. Two losses and it's about done. And, we're already there. And that's kind of unrealistic to even be thinking about that. But one thing we don't want to slip back into, we've never kind of fully come out of it. But, going back to Carr and whatnot, just averaging 3.5, 3.75 or 4 losses a year in college football just isn't going to cut it. That's just the reality of the situation, man. Gonna have to figure out a way to, being above a 2-loss team, even being a 2-loss team, is gonna be problematic. But again, you just don't want to slip to the point of being a 3+ loss, 3.5+ loss team every year, especially for the money that Harbaugh is earning or being paid. That gets to be a problem. So I don't know how much of the how hot the seat gets this week. Leading into the game against Notre Dame. Definitely need to figure out a way to be competitive. Definitely not be down. Definitely not be playing from a deficit early. I think that's one thing that's really killing us in these big time games is getting down early. But like I said, man, salute to the team on showing some heart, some grit, some resilience and battling back and giving themselves a chance, to really win it. Pushing it to overtime, but it didn't happen. So that's about the most positive I can be about it, man. Pay me no mind. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.